I was on the fence, but with that entry, I'm now fully on the... I'm back in the middle.
Well, we might be seeing those odds shift and shake like that as well, but the bomb shifting and shaking onto the ground. Safe's demise will give Bad News Eagles a lot of control. What is going on here?
I want to look you in the eyes. 3-on-2 and split. Saneri trying his best to get a handle back, but actually caught in a terrible spot, but might just fight his way out. Drop finally dealing with it, and Bray or Anazan will be able to transition into the site with the bomb. A Molotov available as well, so they can even throw that wherever they so choose, whether that's connector or into A main, but Juan Flatcher spotted. Drop trying to keep him at bay, but that Molotov will keep Juan Flatcher further away from the site for just a moment, but back to a one-on-one. Get recovered.
Does have the kid, yeah. This could be very dangerous, but he's made a lot of noise, and BRNZN, he's got util, he's got positioning, he's got the drop, and I don't mean the assist he just got, I mean the actual drop on Juan Flatcher. Really good read coming out from Bad News Eagles over here that we can talk about maybe later on, but with the smoke down at A, there have 3 people, soon to be 4 as well. Rigon is just keeping an eye out in the canals to make sure no one's rotating back over to the B bomb side. GXX, Flash or not, will be waiting for this push through the smoke to come in, and with the bomb dropped, he just wants to keep on fighting. Does misstep just a little bit, but Scenario is here to clean up regardless, and MIBR will fall. You know, Juan Flatcher, as he starts to go back over, and oh wow, he's super aggro. GXX does want to keep on holding in. He does have a rifle to help him out. That's Synopsy, but he dies for GXX's sins instead. Meanwhile, 3 players still stuck in middle. Scenari is standing right next to the smoke, looking to phase it. Drop, expecting it. Does get the shot off. GXX finally finding a frag, but being forced away by the Tech 9 coming in from B main instead. Rather, A main instead.
Flank, fast. Rigon ready for the fight, and BR Anazan is dropped, so now they're in between a rock and a hard place. 3 avenues for this retake, and Insani alleviates that backwards pressure. Smoke's gone inside of Akon, and GXX is creeping further from the bricks. Insani, this smoke won't last forever, and just as it fades, GXX catches him safe. An angle that's hard to clear. 1 kill found quick, but Juan Flatcher there for the trade. No kit available, but one just in from the heavens. It's just in reaching distance. Juan Flatcher will pull through for B&E.
Yeah. With 40 seconds left, that does mean that MIBR had very few chances to actually start breaching into the bomb site before rotations can make their way over. And now with 3 players here and ready, B&E boost is set up. Good for the quick frag. Insani is down. They're going to keep on trying to maintain this. GXX swings out wide. Juan Flatcher is down, and so are the rest of his teammates.
This aircraft's only got 2 doors, and those doors are being held. Nice little triple in from the... Everybody was saying Safe was the guy for Furia, but it didn't really feel that way. AWP has been missing a lot of these opening lines for Bad News Eagles, but it did reveal that there were 2 in mid, so they just walked their way into this B bomb site, and so BR Anazan actually caught by GXX on the rotate, but cannot stand his ground. Exit finally clearing the site, and that means that bomb can get planted.
2 players coming in through the dark room have to come through with a kill quickly. It is Scenario to trade out Synopsy's life. That's one of the save rifles coming into play. Man advantage maintained as Bad News Eagles will be finding Exit. GXX to take advantage of that information. Now, they can't smoke this bomb off, nothing like it, so Drop has a chance for a real easy 1v2. Easy being relative, because he does still have...
Okay. Juan Flatcher seems to think he has a gap around this smoke, but who's seeing who? Exit catching a whiff of the barrel, and Rigon just the other side of the pillar. Not exposing himself just yet, but finally taking the duel onto Exit. Insani did find a counter kill elsewhere, and Drop finally dealing with Rigon, but those 2 kills are necessary. A 3-on-2. MIBR still trying to converge on this B bomb site, and an extra man in from dark. Insani hits the deck. Scenari able to even reposition after his kill. He has been such a nuisance and a complete round stopper for MIBR.
But with that damage being unconfirmed, it is
Oh,
all he can do
God.
to just try and get the bomb plant down in time. 8 seconds, another missed shot. Now Safe has to fight, and the round has been lost. Drop. No chance anymore at all.
Oh, they completely lost track of Scenario.
As he looked down at the lower angle. Oh, Scenari might have just outplayed him. No, Safe is ready and waiting for that exact peak to come through. Now with 31 points of HP, there are no offensive pieces of utility available for the CTs. He just has to sidle away into the pillar and just stay alive. Synopsy. Damage dealt, but not quite enough to take anyone down. And again, the T's are looking like they maintain numbers. Rigon traded out and twice over. Drop and Insani getting a few kills apiece, and GXX is going to be peeking into certain deaths. Synopsy as well cannot retreat at this point. And BNE just fall apart.
Slow, methodical, but also convergence-based Counter-Strike. They're not just using their utility to take map control on areas and then late round executing. They're doing everything with intent.
Synopsy wanting out that one kill in the middle, but again, MIBR just look better and better on these trades. BNE have been disjointed at best. We haven't seen them double aggress through out from B again. We haven't seen them trying to make a play with just some cute flashes in middle either. This has been Rigon even misses the timing over here, so he should end up falling. Now, that's still alive for a while longer. It's a small boon, but it might not be there for too long. BRNZian can finish him off.
Yeah, they're kind of just getting danced around here.
I will say MIBR also do look very well coached right now, right? Like the way they're dealing with the anti-ecos, like you mentioned, everything. Rigon's thinking of getting aggressive. If he does over here, Insani could get the better of him, but no. He's defensive instead. Synopsy is the one who finally finds some space to move through into A main. Gets to Rigon and Scenario as well. Collect on a kill apiece, and now Bad News Eagles take advantage of that quick rise in hesitation for MIBR, as they ended up walking into more players than they expected. Safe, last man standing, and will be falling as well.
Oh no, is he timed out? I can't believe this. He has the perfect flank and he's timed out. So there is no saving grace here for MIBR. It's full steam ahead into the A bomb site. BNE have found 2 entries and now exits caught between both angles. This could not have been a more unfortunate round for him to time out.
Can you imagine just even as a teammate, and Synopsy will find their last rank, you just see it in the minimap. Oh, well, maybe it's to mess up the lineup.
No.
That would be kind of sick.
No, it's definitely not that. Oof.
Oh, there goes Safe. Okay, Drop does actually end up finding a lot more than he should. Insani over here as well with the Deagle could maybe come alive with the kill on the bomb carrier. He knows there's a flank coming in as well, but Juan Flatru has turned around and run away.
Well, attempt to backstab. May find it as well, but they're setting up in a pretty solid crossfire. BNE have all their avenues covered, and Juan Flatru will put one right between the eyes. Oh, and they've reset right into the clutches of BRN Azan. They don't even clear it. Scenario trade, but there comes Drop. Sliding his way through spawn, needs reinforcements to come because he's not healthy, and Exit winning his 1-on-1 that he needed to over on A. So only 2 players remain here for BNE.
Surprised that there isn't a rotation being called out for Exit over here. They did have a call earlier on. Shadow spotted out as well, but GXX is ready. Drop taken down. Bomb can be planted. Safe has nothing to do over here with the smoke down. There is a gap, not one he can exploit. All comes down to Exit and what he can actually find on the flank, and all he finds is a bullet to the stomach. GXX quick to shut him down. The mid-round entries from him really coming in large, and BNE will be able to put themselves in a position to equalize.
Caught the slightest side of him, and next thing you knew, didn't like what they saw on that A site. Didn't have the extra utility sort of lying around to also reinvestigate Safe's angles. Nice little double swing in through mid, but I don't know that he spotted both. They were right on top of one another, but Insani taking that space and Safe resetting towards that A side. Smoke's weird, drop doing some decent damage, but not enough to actually thin the herd further, and GXX's AWP is a miss. So a 4-on-3 for this retake, and that bomb taken away.
And he turns around, Raygon is down. It's a 2-on-4 now, just the one. GXX left all alone. The AK that was picked up earlier on from his teammate as he swapped out, obeying Bogdan's law.
Swing and a miss with this AWP, but does get himself inside of Akon, which makes these A players somewhat trapped in this forward position, especially Safe. There's nowhere for him to really go.
Well, the flashbang does help out a lot in finding somewhere to go. Raygon not too happy about how that went for him. And the close range kill onto Synovsy, followed up by Scenari. Safe, which is doing it all on his own. Knows where Juan Flacho is going to be coming in from. There's no one flanking on him. GXX position reveal as well. Now on for the full ace. The flashbang to force him back into the smoke, but GXX is only gone enough. He can't spam it. A quick scope is nice, but it will not compare. Safe. That is perfect play in a position where you thought you had trapped him. Well, this much Canal's presence is going to do absolutely nothing for you, especially with that flashbang popping off while there's a full 5 seconds of the Molotov left. Drop can just hold down the line. Raygon's shoulder spotted, but he's always good for entries, not good for two this time. Molotov forces Briarnzian forward, but with the bounce, he actually had a bit more time. Tries to swing out with it. Synopsy will punish.
Look what Safe's up to. This is a key kill. Get this, and suddenly it's not so safe. Moving into this A site, they are converging, they are splitting. Safe, finding a secondary, an exit drop, but Juan Flatru answers back instantly with 2. Bomb retrieved and can get those digits dialed in. It's only Insani, the lurker, the man that takes the attention for many on this MIBR side, can get nothing. Juan Flatru is just too big a star. Bad news Eagles up to 11. I mean, this was an urgent matter. You just look at the time. I mean, he had 10 seconds. He needed these 2 kills nice and swift, and don't think he knew whether he killed him or not.
All top timing is good. It's really good, but Insani not quite ready for one. Flatcher to pick up the op. What's going on here? The flashbang from Synopsy didn't actually catch out both, but Briarenzian just couldn't turn around in time. Oh my days. Raygon's entries, man. Regardless, Raygon demolishes them.
Yeah, I just... Oh no,
he's not blind.
He's
not blind at all.
Because
he's watching for the B main.
Yeah, the thing is, he ain't blind, he just ain't thinking.
Smoke down as well, and Raygon's trying to creep through it. He wants to make this a gimmick play, but that might not work for him. Actually, Drop's going to be coming in from the other side and could even get the spam through. Raygon is going to be looking to face it. 38 seconds, and they're going back to A. Raygon is dead to rights, and now it's all about Safe and what he can do. He can't rotate back to A in time, so it's down to exit to delay them long enough. A flash as well. Nicely placed, but the first player will move fast right into the spraying line of Insani and exit. BNE outplayed themselves.
Collected effort towards B main. A drop lined up as well for Synopsy. Juan Flatcher will join him. It's all about the timing, and it drops his name, but drops his game as he dropped right into him. Insani right alongside him as well, and BR and Izan covering their backs. Molotov fresh inside of the B main area. And all that remains are Scenari and GXX, and they are running low on teammates and HP. BR Enizan, the last man standing of that dark setup, but reinforcements are here. It's a GXX clutch needed to keep them away from 15, or even just the save. Bomb and time against him.
Why would you peek back in? That's
asking for trouble. See if this is an exception or whether it's the rule. Drop audible. Safe. Not peeking wide enough. Finally collecting. It's a double mid setup, and Safe and Insani both finding kills, but Juan Flatcher catching him switching to dualies. An AWP, sure, but no teammates to speak of, and MIBR are looking to close this 16-14. See if Juan Flatcher has another clutch in him.
45 seconds, and one knows that there's likely going to be a player nearby. Now, he's not aware of Exit having a propensity to start pushing forward. He's even missed out the timing for the double cross back over, and this is actually going to be exit coming through A main. So there's still room for one Fracture to try and find frag, but he's just not ready at all. Now with the smoke in his hands, caught completely off guard. 16-14, and MIBR will take away their map.
Yeah, they kept their cool. This was a strenuous map for both teams. I mean, we had a great start from MIBR on their T side, and then we had Bad News Eagles.
Indeed. Just like he predicted. My man's a regular Nostradamus right here. Now Foster over, right in the window they go. Insani's already found one. Safe is able to keep them away for long enough for his teammates from A, and be sure to come in alive as well. Drop with a quick double, looking for more. Obviously a player I highlighted before for how good he is on Mirage. He is... Half-Light needs to be dodged out first and foremost, so flashbang is good, not great. They're not completely blinded, but it is long enough for Exit to get two. One man had already moved past, but he didn't check underneath Palace. So Insani now just stands loud and proud, trying to stop the bomb from being planted. It is tapped away. Raygon will be unable to actually get it down, though, with the flank coming in from Safe. That'll be all she wrote.
Oh, yeah. There we go. From outside of B apartments.
Could be everything. Insani can get the flank now because of that Synopsy. Oh no. Insani gets the kill over here. Exit's position was revealed though, so they should at least be aware of someone to come in through connector. Safe's been given a bit more backup, otherwise he would have been dead to the utility here, and now Drop nearby knows where they're coming in from. Safe's position revealed, but with the op shot missed, it's Drop who also had to think about going for a full swing. However, with the demise of one more player there,
they secure a perimeter, and 2 ops will be saved for MIBR. Bottom con, even with that top con smoke, it's just there to provide a distraction. They've even outpatienced Brennizan over on the B bomb site. GXX finding one with the AWP, and Exit still in this off angle, but Synopsy coming up from con, actually able to alleviate that pressure.
All they're relying on is Drop with the MP9. This is a bit of a strange setup, to be honest. The idea that... So this is where I was getting confused, because... Well, we'll hold the point, because Safe might be able to find a kill or two over here. He is going to be forced forwards. No, he knows he can't really back off, so has to at least try to attempt the clutch. Be a pretty insane clutch to be able to win out over here. He does have the kit, so potentially if he can get 2 quick kills, but no. So Exit moves...
We've had Molotovs. Like carpet places, and they're always going out of business.
Pretty much. And that one sports store in the UK. But regardless, Drop right now has got a Molotov down at the feet of the balcony. Safe has helped him out by taking out the most forward-facing angle, but trade is there from Raygon regardless. Safe can't really do anything else beyond it. Insani getting into the back of the bomb site, and they are just holding down the line while Raygon will fall. So will the bomb planter, and a quick high flash keeps GXX from plucking apart too many more.
I don't know that they saw exactly where he was positioned, but they know where he was his last whereabouts. Just had to actually nail it in, and Bjarnazan stops him from repositioning. So a nice hold over on that B site. And a much different look. You know, last time was inside of the B apartments, this time got up short, and nobody had eyes on it for MIBR, so this deficit is going to feel like that gap has been exploited in their defenses. Exit plucked out, and headshots are found aplenty. B&E are just completely overrunning each and every position. That A site fully taken, and Drop gets nothing for his troubles either, even had the elevated angle, but Rigon is too sharp. 11 kills. There is no smoking window, so it doesn't really matter in this instance.
But true. But now there's a flash in A main, and Exit's taking full advantage of it with a quick double.
Yeah, Raygon finally getting the trade, and Juan Flatcher wasn't expecting more where that came from. They were quick on the rotates, and they had them in numbers. MIBR had a window. You know, he doesn't wait outside of it. He doesn't wait for the timing for a convergence and the sort of prime opportunity to flank you. You'll maybe take that responsibility earlier.
Drop has been naded down a fair bit. Great aid from the T side right now. BNE is able to force back BRNZian as well, and they might have an idea of where drop is. Now they certainly know he is down and out. BNE have got this B bomb site.
They were suspicious, and they did find Rigon because of their suspicions. They'll even find Synopsy as well, trying to peek in from ladders. So both players that were designated to siphon off those rotates dealt with. Before he took that duel, he knew exactly what he was hunting for, and Bjarnazan was right there. So well, he will be good enough to force Safe off his angle, and Insani has to be careful. It does have teammates nearby, so Top Con should be under wraps, but it's two players on the Bad News Eagle side that are willing to take a risk. Synopsy around the other edge of it.
Oh my
but
god.
They're phasing the smoke, and they were doing so triply. Synopsy, 2 kills right back, and BR Anizan now somewhat inside of the connector. The flash is too good for both of them. Neither of them can actually finish off the job. It's all on Safe to get this kill. The flash is great though. Juan Flatru immediately taking space towards CT, and it's a call to save just as soon as that.
I don't understand how Synopsy gets past over there. Neither does MIBR. They think they've got 2 players playing at the massive connector. Maybe that's one massive double.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an interesting idea to triple phase the smoke, but look at all the pressure they're mounting over towards A. MIBR are starting to believe as well. 4 players making their rotate into A. Rigon trying to take some space, and BR Enazan is dropped, as is Drop himself. So losing both extremities anchors on the MIBR side, they have realized that they've been absolutely hoodwinked, and in the last round of the half as well, so a retake is necessary.
Exit does have util if he wants to try and isolate out an angle, something like it. Can chuck a smoke to the back of the site, but he's lost teammates. With GXX still trained into the market, and, you know, they don't have to worry about that angle in the slightest. He can even start to turn back over. Exit's position now given up. Bomb is ticking down, barely any time. Exit's good for the 1, and Scenari can finish it all off. Fast into short though. Synopsy's taken down. Rigon's late on the peak. Will not find anything because Exit's trying to coordinate him off and will do so successfully. It's Safe to fall, Scenario to fall low, and GXX on the back of the B bomb site is the only one who's actually broken blood here from the CTs. Will continue to do that with a double, and Juan Flatcher has been given a chance on a 1v1. Insani, P250 does at least even the score. Ducks out of the crosshair as well, but he needs to reload. Both players forced back to a delayed duel, and Juan Flatcher is just waiting for the aggression from the T side. He knows that it has to be made eventually, but the cross back to bench is successful. A quick swing out, and Insani, ducking and diving, finishes off that 1v1.
This is a pretty poor decision here from MIBR. It is a 3-man defense here on Bad News Eagles, and the scout is tagging them up. GXX, a kill, as well as helping his Synopsy out with his frag, respectively. And that bomb is out in no man's land on short. Rigon was the man that stopped them from getting crossed, but Drop now in the apartments. Critical kill in towards the E-box. Synopsy flubbing his lines, and now it's only Scenario in a 5-7. It could be enough. 10 seconds. It's all about playing the time if you can. If your Scenario win by fight or flight, Drop will fight his way out of it. MIBR, dicey, but an 8th.
If this is a late mid retake, then that does make sense though, because of how much utility that they have. Yeah, indeed. So it's a top connector,
but they're not using
window
it.
Smoke, but they're not doing anything about it at all. So Bad News Eagles are going to figure out that this is a B hit very, very quickly. Synopsy making his way down over. Briarenzian good for a quick frag, and it's all down to Synopsy at the last really remaining member on the B bomb side itself. Juan Flatru does have at least some backup in covering off a particular avenue, but he's also just going to be peeked into Briarenzian's taking him and GXX down, both the price of 1 bullet.
Though they got out of the apartments and they had so much util down, I do appreciate that MIBR took that extra second, especially after they get this opening kill, you know, to trade initially, but, you know, that 3rd or 4th player out is throwing a Molotov towards the backside. They're extra presence in through middle, an extra con smoke, but MIBR might just want to disrespect this. A Molotov in BR Inazan actually catching a gap. Wait, hold on. They've got space in towards jungle, and Safe as well. Plucked out 1 player towards topside con, but Juan Flatru still sits inside the smoke, but Safe is watching for it. They've actually still got a player sat outside of the B-bomb site, inside of the apartments, but Safe, a trade on Scenario. Do they realize there's one more where that came from? Synopsy also dealt with. They win by elimination. They had full access to that A-bomb site. Still know that Exit's there, but what are they going to do do about it. No util to really flush him out into the open, and Exit's actually escaped the watchful eyes of Synopsy, but finally finding that frag. The flash is beautiful. Juan Flatro all the way blind, but never actually revealed. Rigon has taken every single one of the frags.
I said they only had one smoke and they used it perfectly.
It just...
Yeah. Oh, we have the replay. Nice. Look at this, man.
You just see...
Now they're circling back over towards A, and the CTs, they're going to be. There's only one player here. It is Rigon. That is the big man from the previous round. Can he defend again?
Synopsy, first contact, and a crossfire built with Rigon instantly. There is a flank coming in from ramp, but it's far too late. Time is low. They need to get that bomb down quickly, but it's just too far away. Exit dropped inside of the site, and Insani can do nothing but watch. Well, he descends. So not quite fantastic anymore, and a gap that can be exploited. Rigon found, and Juan Flatru also just taking a bullet to the brain. In an instant, they've lost 3 members of this Bad News Eagles defense. I mean, most teams would call a save almost instantly, but Scenari full flashed up. They wanted to hunt extra. MIBR were not slowing down this time.
As far as their money is concerned, not really in the best of places regardless, and on smoke refreshed out. They've been focusing on that one quite a fair bit. Molotov is really well timed along with the grenade as well. Rigon, Deagle has to come into play, but he's been flashed off and forced back at Palace. That's where the first is found. Rigon, good for the one Flatcher right next to him. Makes it so no one from Palace can swing out and take him down either. The CTs have converged, but Drop and Exit are getting all the entries. Now a 1-on-2 for Exit to try and close. Needs a triple. Will not be able to get the flick adjustment in time. Synopsy lives on a sliver of HP. The 12th found for BNE. MIBR themselves have planned out. Raygon just has to be careful. Oh, this grenade could be beautiful. Look at what it's going to do. Drop. Brought down into one ding territory as well. If it had gone a bit further forward, BRNZ wouldn't have been feeling too happy about it either. But Juan Flatru completely blinded out. Insani's got the entry. Drop is traded out though, and Rigon's not done yet. He's still alive. 2 quick kills found. Synopsy as well. Keeps it going. BNE with the perfect hold. B-side hit that's going to be planned out. 40 seconds on the clock. Drop is moving through, and Scenario can just spam all the way over. It's going to be a quick trade, sure, but GXX still in position. The problem is Synopsy and Rigon have been taken out in middle by the Lurker. It all comes down to GXX now to buy time for Juan Flatru's flank to come into play, but the smoke that he deployed earlier on is going to be dissipating. The bomb drops down underneath, so it's not quite the instant win you might think it is. Drop can't start to move over. GXX is trying to cover it off, but with 10 seconds, time is running away from them. And indeed, GXX good for the one. Bombs being tapped, bombs being planted. Juan Flatcher will fall. Drop is hunting. Drop is getting it done. 15 found MIBR. Right down to the last second. And they will be able to reset the CTs.
He had so little time to find that kill on the flank, and he knew he didn't have time to plant. GXX tried his best. Juan Flatcher just tried to bait the sound cue, and Drop punishes both. A boost under the short, and seeing the jump across, Exit had the perfect spot.
Trade is there, but they've gotten so much information now about the player in connector, and one more back in underpass. They can start to try and funnel out quickly. They're not ready for Rigon. The flashes are good, but they actually end up forcing the tees back as well. Quick spam through triple. Rigon is gone. And now finally, Palace player can start to activate. Insani as well, looking to get involved, but all he's done is throw a smoke so far. Another going out for the T side, and the CTs are just 2 left. Scenario and Juan Flatru will be able to drop the bomb, but it's a trade. One that the T's are happy to make with this much time left and the bomb recovered. Juan had revealed his position earlier on. They know he should be on the A-bomb site, but they're worried. They're worried that he might make a play. Safe is watching out for it. 16 found. MIBR will get the upset 2-0 out over the Eagles.
And both in very similar fashions. One was trailing on Anubis. That was the Bad News Eagles. And now we move into Mirage, where MIBR have to claw through so many rounds. And then at the final, last couple of rounds,